Prioritizing your mental health is not a luxury. It is an absolute necessity. Think of it as the very foundation upon which a stable and fulfilling life is constructed. When your mental health is tended to, your physical health often improves. Your relationships become more meaningful and less fraught with conflict. Your ability to navigate daily tasks, work effectively, and pursue your goals is significantly enhanced. Ignoring it is like building a house on unstable ground. Eventually, cracks will appear, and the structure may falter under pressure. Relationships can suffer as we lack the emotional resources to connect authentically or resolve conflicts constructively. Societal harassment and narcissistic abuse can deeply impact our mental well-being, leading to long-lasting trauma and emotional scars. Organized stalking and narcissistic abuse, a compounding trauma. Organized stalking, sometimes referred to as gang stalking or cause stalking, describes an experience where an individual believes they are being systematically harassed, monitored, and intimidated by a group of people. This can involve overt acts like being followed, but also more insidious tactics like noise campaigns, cyberstalking, spreading rumors, and staged interactions designed to cause psychological distress. The psychological impact of this relentless, pervasive harassment is profound, leading to extreme fear, paranoia, social isolation, and a complete erosion of one's sense of safety and reality. Narcissistic perpetrators often play a significant role in such devastating campaigns or in other forms of severe relational trauma. Individuals with strong narcissistic traits possess a disturbing need for control, power, and admiration, alongside a profound lack of empathy. If they perceive a slight, or if someone attempts to leave or expose them, they may engage in elaborate efforts to punish, discredit, or destroy that person. Organized harassment can be a tool for them to maintain narcissistic supply by feeling powerful or to exact revenge. Their ability to manipulate others and present a charming facade can make it incredibly difficult for victims to be believed, further isolating them. The challenges faced by individuals enduring these experiences are immense and can lead to a heightened state of awareness. Hypervigilance is a state where your sensory system is perpetually on high alert. It is an amplified state of awareness, constantly scanning the environment for potential threats. This is not merely being jumpy or a little anxious. It is a persistent and exhausting condition. Your brain and body are essentially stuck in survival mode, anticipating danger around every corner. This heightened state is a common consequence of trauma, as the mind tries to protect itself from future harm. The symptoms of hypervigilance can significantly disrupt daily life. Individuals experiencing it often startle very easily at sudden noises or movements. Sleep becomes elusive, as the mind refuses to switch off its threat detection mode. Irritability and agitation are common, as the nervous system is constantly frayed. Overanalyzing social cues and interactions becomes a mental habit. The physical toll of sustained hypervigilance is considerable and should not be underestimated. Living in a constant state of high alert means your body is perpetually flooded with stress hormones like adrenaline and cortisol. This chronic activation of the fight-or-flight response can lead to a host of physical problems. Muscle tension, particularly in the neck, shoulders, and back, becomes a constant companion. Persistent fatigue sets in, as your body is expending enormous energy just by being on guard. Digestive issues such as irritable bowel syndrome can arise or worsen. Over time, the immune system can become compromised, making you more susceptible to illnesses. Beyond the physical, the emotional and psychological impact of hypervigilance is profound. Constant alertness fuels anxiety, making it difficult to feel calm or at peace. Panic attacks can become more frequent as the nervous system is easily overwhelmed. Concentration and memory are often impaired because the brain is prioritizing threat detection over other cognitive functions. This can affect performance at work or in studies. Emotional exhaustion is a common consequence, leaving individuals feeling drained and overwhelmed. Our autonomic nervous system, or ANS, is the silent conductor of much of our inner world. It operates largely outside of our conscious control, managing vital functions like heart rate, digestion, and breathing. The ANS has two main branches that work in concert: the sympathetic nervous system and the parasympathetic nervous system. The sympathetic branch is our internal alarm system, responsible for the fight, flight, or freeze response. When a threat is perceived, it kicks into gear, preparing us for action. Conversely, the parasympathetic branch is our rest and digest system, promoting calm, recovery, and energy conservation when we feel safe. Trauma, particularly complex and prolonged trauma, can severely dysregulate the autonomic nervous system. The sympathetic nervous system can become chronically overactive, leading to that state of hypervigilance we've discussed. Alternatively, some individuals might become stuck in a freeze or shutdown state, which is also a survival response. This can manifest as numbness, disconnection, or profound fatigue. The delicate balance between these systems is disrupted, and the nervous system loses its flexibility to respond appropriately to varying situations. A key concept in understanding nervous system regulation is the window of tolerance, which is the range of emotional intensity you can comfortably handle before becoming dysregulated. When you're within your window, your nervous system is balanced enough for you to feel emotions, think clearly, and respond intentionally, even during stress. Outside this window, your nervous system shifts into survival mode, either ramping up into hyperarousal or shifting down into hypoarousal. The window can change over time, narrowing during chronic stress, trauma, burnout, or lack of sleep, and expanding with support, rest, therapy, and consistent moments of safety and connection. Practical strategies for nervous system regulation. One of the most effective pathways to nervous system regulation involves somatic or body-based approaches. These methods emphasize reconnecting with your body's sensations in a safe and gentle way. Grounding techniques are fundamental here. These can be as simple as consciously feeling your feet firmly planted on the floor, noticing the support of the chair beneath you, or paying attention to the texture and temperature of an object in your hand. These practices anchor you in the present moment and signal to your nervous system that you are currently safe. Breathwork is another powerful and accessible tool for influencing your nervous system. Most people in a state of stress or hypervigilance tend to breathe shallowly and rapidly, which further activates the sympathetic nervous system. Learning to engage in deep, slow, diaphragmatic breathing can directly stimulate the vagus nerve. Simple techniques like box breathing or the 4-7-8 breath can have an immediate calming effect when practiced regularly. Mindful movement offers another avenue for promoting nervous system regulation. Practices such as gentle yoga, tai chi, qigong, or even slow, mindful walking encourage a harmonious connection between mind and body. Complex PTSD, the deep wounds of chronic adversity. Complex post-traumatic stress disorder, or CPTSD, is a condition that arises from exposure to prolonged, repeated traumatic events, from which escape is difficult or perceived as impossible. This distinguishes it from single-incident PTSD, which typically follows a discrete traumatic event like an accident or a natural disaster. CPTSD often results from experiences such as long-term childhood abuse or neglect, domestic violence, being a prisoner of war, or enduring organized stalking and harassment. The chronicity and interpersonal nature of these traumas inflict particularly deep and multifaceted wounds on an individual's psyche and sense of self. The core symptoms of CPTSD extend beyond those typically associated with PTSD. While flashbacks, nightmares, and avoidance are common, CPTSD also involves significant difficulties with emotional regulation. This can manifest as intense anger, persistent sadness, or suicidal thoughts. Disturbances in self-perception are also hallmark features, including pervasive feelings of shame, guilt, helplessness, or self-blame. Individuals with CPTSD often struggle profoundly with relationships, finding it hard to trust others or engaging in patterns that replicate past traumas. They may also experience distorted perceptions of their perpetrators, sometimes idealizing them or feeling a traumatic bond. A loss of meaning or a sense of hopelessness can also pervade their worldview. Charting the course: recovery from complex PTSD. Recovery from complex PTSD is a multifaceted journey, not a quick fix or a linear process. It demands immense patience, profound self-compassion, and often the guidance of skilled, trauma-informed professionals. The very first and most crucial stage in this healing journey is establishing safety. This includes physical safety from any ongoing threats, as well as creating a sense of internal safety. Without a baseline of safety, it is incredibly difficult for the deeper work of trauma processing to occur. Several therapeutic modalities have shown promise in helping individuals heal from CPTSD. Trauma-informed therapies are essential. Eye movement desensitization and reprocessing, or EMDR, can help process traumatic memories. Somatic experiencing and sensoromotor psychotherapy focus on releasing trauma stored in the body and regulating the nervous system. Internal family systems, or IFS therapy, helps individuals understand and heal the different parts of themselves affected by trauma. Skills from dialectical behavior therapy, or DBT, such as distress tolerance and emotion regulation, are also invaluable. Finding a therapist who is a good fit and experienced in CPTSD is paramount. Building inner sanctuaries. Towards safety and well-being. Cultivating inner safety is key to healing from trauma. It's an internal state of calm and security, regardless of external chaos. Develop an internal locus of control and an anchor of peace that cannot be easily shaken. Mindfulness, self-compassion, and connecting with core values foster inner safety. Visualizing peaceful places and affirmations reinforce self-worth and resilience. Establishing healthy boundaries is crucial for inner safety and well-being.